You are listening to Maximum Pew Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Maximum Pew Pew follows continuous storylines and are meant to be enjoyed from the beginning. This episode follows the Dead Sons storyline and may contain spoilers for the Dead Sons adventure path published by Paizo Incorporated. The following segments may contain mature themes and adult language. In this episode, the party begins their search for a way into the locked-down Kish Temple. It's the summer of 1997 in West Virginia, and the Glenwood 4-H camp is currently breaking in new counselors with day camps before the longer engagements begin. With the kids gone at 5 every night, it's just the counselors, some mostly empty bunkhouses, and a private lake. Head, Heart, Hands, Hell is a one-shot adventure compatible with Free League's Things from the Flood, and includes 10 pre-generated characters with interconnected storylines that may be used for this or other Things from the Flood adventures. Head, Heart, Hands, Hell is now available on itch.io as a donate what you want product, with all proceeds benefiting Team WV Fox and Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Learn more at maxpew.itch.io. When last we left our heroes, it was a busy session. We had a travel into the drift. You were encountered by the Star Aslant, some citizens of Star Aslant, which
you stole their ship.
Well, yeah, you put a massive hole into their front starboard corner.
That was awesome.
It breached it. Went through.
We have some friends back home that would like to see the ship.
Yeah, you used it as an entrance to take care of the two Star Aslant crew members.
The crew that weren't immediately vaporized or sucked out the said hole.
Yeah. Took care of them.
There were a few of them.
Requisitioned yourself a ship that was sent back to a safe area back into the Pact Worlds. Continued your way into the Nejeor system. Sorry. Yep, the Nejeor system. In the Nejeor system, you found a planetoid that seemed to be a pretty good lead as far as like where life or some type of society may have been. And you encountered a native people called the Kish. They were not very friendly upon your arrival. And
they got friendlier.
Some of them were friendly.
Some of them got friendly. Their archaic weapons were not very effective against your more technologically advanced armament. And you routed this particular group. Now, as you went further into, I believe this was Nejeor VI. Did I make that up? Did you guys land on Nejeor VI?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think this whole city
Nejeor
is on
6.
like a big floating island.
Yeah. So you landed on Nejeor VI, and as you went further into this floating island, you actually encountered two groups of these Kish skirmishing with one another. One group routed the other, and you were actually able to negotiate some peaceful arrangements, offered healing to an injured Kish, and you were asked to come to their current base of operations, where you met Taziel, who is their current leader / kind of head mystic, and also a follower of Talavet. So Taziel's a herald. That's her official title. Now, with her conversations with you all, you understand that the temple that Taziel believes should be open to everyone has been locked down, and really the only way to unlock it without really kind of running yourself into a brick wall, would be to get these access codes that are available at... Oh, what do they call that place? It's available someplace called the Foundry. They're not sure where it is, but Taziel believes that if you, these strange, helpful visitors, are to demonstrate your faith to Talavet by visiting these other two sort of secondary places of contemplation and worship, that perhaps Talavet will show you the way. Now, these places that Talavet talked about were the House of Renewal and the Maze of Ghosts. And I believe when we last left you all, you were using this kind of community center as a place to rest. You had taken some of these apartment complexes that have long since been stripped of any type of amenity and converted them into just sort of a shelter in place where the four of you can use your mobile hoteliers or whatever to kind of rest and relax with some shelter from the elements that doesn't require you having to hoof it all the way back to your ship. So, that is where we are, with two particular destinations that you could go to.
One is like, what, the ghost kebab or something like that?
So
That's exactly what it is.
The one you're alluding to is the Maze of Ghosts.
I mean, that sounds way worse than ghost kebab.
Yeah, Taziel explains that despite the site's name, that the Maze of Ghosts is not a frightening place. Instead, it is where our visions of the ancestors are the strongest. Kish who want to feel a deeper connection with the city's history meditate within. Taziel explains that if the Kish's intentions aren't pure, the ghosts don't show themselves.
I'm going to be real honest. I don't know these people culture. They might have a very different definition of scary than I do.
I think it might have to do with falling off the edge of the city.
Now, the House of Renewal is described as being a place of either healing or silence, depending on the Kish who makes the pilgrimage there. Kish go there when they are ill, physically or spiritually, and step into the chamber at the center of the building. If the ancestors judge the Kish's heart to be true, she emerges heals, sometimes even healthier than before. Otherwise, the pilgrim is never seen again. Taziel also mentions rumors that the House of Renewal has become corrupted in some way.
Well, that sounds good. Let's go there last.
You can't go to both places last. You can
Actually,
split the party into that, technically, but...
Can't go to both places last.
I feel like we should go see the ghosts.
The Maze of Ghosts?
Why do you want to see the ghosts?
I don't know.
Of course, then again, we might need renewed after that.
Yeah.
Sounds like this place of renewal doesn't renew people. They just disappear.
Yeah, and I want to...
Tomato, tomato.
I think...
Send some, like, Oracle of Delphi.
I'm pretty sure I will be mostly okay. I'm fairly certain Zenka will be okay, but this whole pure of heart criteria, I want to get some clarification on exactly what that means.
So, the Maze of Ghosts is...
I'm sorry, I smoked weed in college and lied about it.
You shall not pass.
Now, the Maze of Ghosts is only about 4 city blocks from the where you're at right now.
Well, that's convenient.
So we
should have brought the motorcycles.
You would not have passed it on your way because you've done quite a bit of journeying. Let me see here. So here was the map of this place, and you guys are at the very southwestern corner right now. And you guys sort of traversed, your spaceship started here. I think Cyna kind of trekked north for a while, tracking some of the people that you had injured and scared away from the spaceport. And I believe you all sort of double back down south, went due west to the condominiums. Now, the Maze of Ghosts is right here, kind of in between, and then the House of Renewal is right here, right before you get to the hunting grounds. But both are sort of...
So our west journey to the condos took us south of the Maze of Ghosts, and then...
Yeah, there's kind of a triangle.
And the place of renewal is almost like north
Yeah, it's
northeast
it's
of where we are.
further
at the
north from
condos.
there, and I don't know if you would have seen you were definitely too far away from. You would have not seen the House of Renewal when you stalked that
there's
one
a bunch
fish.
of like trees and
Now you did
crumbling buildings and everything.
You did
everywhere.
pass the temple, which is kind of your ultimate destination here. You did pass the temple, but these other two places that Tazile have talked about, you've yet to scout out.
Yeah, the art from this reminds me of the ruined city in Nier Automata, where there's just like big ruined buildings with holes in them and trees growing up through everything.
Yeah.
I need to play that.
It's so good. You need to play it twice, actually.
There's like 26 endings, so you can play
Well, I
it.
know. One for each letter, but you can get multiple endings in one playthrough.
Yeah.
But the second time you play through, you play it from your companion's perspective. So every time your companion runs off to do something, that's what you're playing.
That's really cool.
What is it?
I've heard Nier Automata and Nier Automata.
It's a Greek word, however you say it.
It's a platinum game. So those are your options. What would this party like to do?
Go home.
Well, I mean that doesn't help solve the mystery.
It doesn't save the world. Well,
now if that's like
galaxy.
step 8, I mean,
okay, no, we need to do this.
We got to save the galaxy first.
Right, because the galaxy is where I keep my stuff.
That is a good reason.
Let's
I do live
go
here.
to the Maze of Ghosts first.
okay.
Kind of nervous about like going to the place where like a different culture judges your actions and then makes you disappear if they disagree.
Yeah, so I was actually kind of serious about asking,
I have a
what is
feeling it's like
considered-
some hidden thing that has just been used to keep population under control for like all these years because the island's so small, and we're going to uncover some horrible secret, or just used to get rid of people they don't like.
Okay. So
So the question is this, Star Trek or Logan's Run?
Right.
So, the Maze of Ghosts, when you get to this particular building, let me see if I can get you a spoiler-free description of this area.
No.
It's a smaller building. It's a one-story building. Let's see.
Full of ghosts. What up, ghosts? What you doing here?
This is our house. It's where we live.
Ooh, you're in a spooky
Okay.
maze. That's why they say things like that.
So I know the squares aren't that big, and we can just kind of theater the mind this a little bit. But Cyna, at the bottom right corner, as you're looking at this map, there's a big open area, and there's like some doorways that lead to the north. So yeah, that's kind of the entrance to this building. It's actually broken. There's rubble that kind of surrounds it. So there's not a door. There's just kind of a hole here now.
That's nice.
Yeah, the front entrance of this building has been sheared away by some ancient calamity, revealing metal structural supports, pipes, and bits of wiring. The ground here is littered with rubble, some of which has been removed to clear a small path into the structure.
Lots of natural light.
At least in this room. Well, it's got an open floor plan.
Is this a Zillow review right here?
I don't know why you ever thought it wouldn't be.
I mean, it comes with the accompanying structural problems, but it is a nice open floor plan.
They're all disclosed. They were all disclosed.
It's like the gods just said, this is a great building, but I want to remove that wall first.
As everyone's walking through here, make me a perception check.
I don't want to.
Okay. Then don't.
I probably should.
I won't
All right,
stop you.
I'll make one for you.
I'm good.
You're good.
24.
24.
31.
Okay. 31.
Not as good.
I got a 33.
33.
I got a 7. I'm vaguely
Seven.
aware I'm inside of a building, or what used to be a building.
All right. So Maia and Cyna have their eyes open because they're not entirely sure what threats to expect in this.
I've almost died multiple times.
New
I gotta keep
stranger.
my
I mean,
eye
it's
right.
not called the Lollipop Forest, so...
I would be more
feel like-
afraid of that.
And as you're approaching,
That might be a halfling death trap.
As you're approaching and sort of investigating this building for its structural integrity, some of the beams that remain where like the ceiling were, the two of you see a creature hanging from these beams, kind of resting, waiting. It's a snake-like creature, so you know that they're usually pretty patient in like waiting for prey, for example. So it makes sense that they would be kind of resting up there, maybe waiting for something to pass through.
Maybe that's a luggage handler.
Guess I'll give the whole whoa. Look up there.
Do we shoot it?
Can
I
we
don't know.
stealth by it?
I wonder if it speaks common.
Can you stealth? I mean, you could potentially stealth by it. It does have we have ways in this game to determine whether or not you can.
I feel like we should try to stealth by it.
All right. I activate my cloaking field.
All right, I stand really close to him and hope the cloaking field
It runs off.
well. It doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I will
All right,
just.
well, you should
stay
carry me on
right
your
here.
shoulders, and then it'll just be real confused. It'll be all like, "Why is that guy floating in a sitting position?"
So, Cyna, you would like to
Yeah.
go basically under this thing now.
Yeah, I'll stick close to the corner, bottom corners of the room on the floor and
Okay. Make me a stealth roll.
how about I don't and I take 10 for a 32.
Okay. You sneak by with your cloaking field, and you don't have any indication that this creature senses your presence.
Okay.
What about the rest of us?
Let's
Well-
all sneak. Just because you don't have any ranks or ability to sneak doesn't mean that your character wouldn't try to sneak. I'm gonna roleplay my character being stealthy,
All right.
which is probably like I bang cans together and be all like, "It can't hear me."
You make the cartoon sneaking music to yourself.
Ion, go ahead and make me a
well-
stealth.
Once I'm over there, though, I do want to stop, which will increase my stealth by 10 more points,
Okay.
and just basically assume a Overwatch position.
Yeah.
I got a 19.
A 19. Okay. As you are attempting to sneak, Cyna, you are watching this creature, and you feel like Ion's doing a decent job, but just the faintest, like, crackle of, like, plaster under boot, just very minute, and you can just see this creature sort of twinge and start to look, and it sort of locks eyes on Ion.
It sees you.
Oh, time to eat rebar, and I shoot it.
All right, roll initiative.
Its eyes lock on you, and it does the weird swirly eye things like the snake in Jungle Book.
Look into my eyes. No.
So it's probably going to be like way over here. So, Cyna.
Nice.
32.
Okay.
That was obscene.
Maya.
Oh, jeez. 14.
Okay. Ion.
15.
Zenka.
I had to look up a thing. 17.
So, all this kind of happened simultaneously. I'm going to say there wasn't really a surprise round to go off of. But Cyna, you're the first one to kind of catch that this creature is about to strike.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What life sciences check to identify this thing.
I have that.
I put 1 point in it so I can actually roll.
I'll go ahead and let you do that.
I didn't say I was good at it. 15.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to identify this creature. It looks like a large serpent-like snake.
What's a 31 get me?
A 31 is going to
You read
get
the zoo book about it.
You did.
I have a stack of them at home.
A 31 is going to tell you this creature is called an acrocore. I will give you... It's native to like this particular system.
Okay.
It's pretty rare. I'm only going to give you 2 pieces of information about it, though.
Does it have any particular weaknesses or vulnerabilities?
It has resistance to fire.
Okay.
But as far as like special defenses and stuff, that's really the major one.
That's what I was hoping for.
Most of this because they've evolved from one of the planets in a nearby system where it's mostly rocky and volcanically active. So it's adapted to be resistant to fire.
Does it look like it might have any potentially nasty special abilities?
So this...
It's a snake. It's probably got fangs.
I mean, that is part of it, but also imagine, like, this thing is medium-sized. So we're talking, like, boa constrictor size. So, like a boa, the bite's probably nasty, as is its ability to constrict its victims.
Okay. So it looks like a constrictor snake that may resist fire.
Okay.
And by may, I mean does.
I mean, that's...
As long as it doesn't inflict fire while it's constricting.
We'll find out.
Yep.
Maybe not. I shoot it.
Okay. So give it a shooty shoot.
All right. This is going to be a trick attack. It's resistant to fire, but I have a sonic weapon.
How far away is it from us?
So with Cyna there and everybody else, and it's probably about 20 feet up. 20 feet laterally and 20 feet elevation. So not too terribly far because it's still like in these rafters right now. It hasn't rushed at you or anything.
It'll be a 31 energy.
31 energy is certainly going to hit this creature.
Almost a crit.
Actually, it's going to be about 10 feet up. To clarify, otherwise,
all the D8s. $14 because I rolled 3 1s on those D8s.
Oh my, 14.
That happens.
But it all goes through, however. Seems to be fairly effective. Zenka, is your turn. The creature that you had difficulty seeing to begin with, that was pointed out by Maia and Cyna, has been shot.
It has been. Did I see it seeing Ion?
Give me a perception check.
It saw him.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's just enough, pretty much.
All right. Is Ion within smacking distance?
So I'm going to define smacking distance. Like adjacent.
Can I smack Ion? Is Ion close enough for me to smack?
With or without a move action? With a move action, yes. It wouldn't be a very long move action.
Okay, cool. I will move up to Ion and smack him. Ion, you're invisible.
Sweet. You're visible though.
Give me a stealth roll.
7.
Nice.
Okay, with the plus 16, it sees you.
That's a pretty good perception check.
It's an animal. Like everything gets like
Has the little
master.
infrared sensing
Surprise,
hits in its
it saw
nose.
me.
Yeah, everything gets like master perception skills.
It has 2 jobs.
Well,
It's
I'm
to
hoping
see
that
things
Ion
and then eat
can
them.
maybe kill it before I need to become invisible.
Speaking of Ion, it's your turn.
Well, if I
you
shoot-
thought you were doing real well
flat-footed.
until shots rang out and then you got turned invisible.
If I shoot, I become visible again. Yes.
Yes, however, You are currently invisible. You can move, and it won't be able to provoke because unless it's got special sense abilities, it can't detect where you are. So you've got total concealment.
Also means it's flat-footed to your attack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cyna made the Acrocore flat-footed
okay.
with the trick attack.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter.
Getting a sonic tack to the side.
I mean,
of the
I'm
head
right
will do
below
that.
it, so it's within 20 feet of me, right?
Ooh, 10.
I might have made
feel like
you
throwing
invisible
up
for
and
no
can't
reason.
walk.
That's
In
fine.
which case, I
It
apologize.
doesn't have legs.
It's all
Not
good.
going to walk.
Why did I think I was supposed to walk? I'm a snake.
Yeah, I'll shoot it.
Excellent.
I'll shoot it twice.
Ooh.
One of those is a critical. And the one that's not a critical is a 27 to hit KAC.
Yes.
Okay.
Maia
let's-
just sighs and complains that she never gets to shoot anything before it's already dead.
So let's roll some dice.
We're about to shish kebab this thing with...
I'm pretty sure I said the
Your rebar, yeah.
yeah. And isn't this like the ghost shish kebab joint or something like that?
It's
Like what did
the-
I say?
I think
Amazing
you brought the
ghost.
shish kebab.
Well, yeah, what did I say earlier?
Ghost kebab.
Yeah,
like,
the ghost kebab. So it makes sense.
It's...
We're about to make a ghost kebab.
What
Yeah,
we
we're
found
about
out
to
in
make a ghost
retrospect
kebab.
is that this is the spirit guardian of the place, and we just failed the test.
That's what I'm feeling like. But it looked at me funny, and I was all like,
Oh, it was going to eat you.
and I was all like, not in my house.
You weren't
We're
pure
just
of
saving
heart.
it the indigestion.
I don't know. We went through the maze and we didn't even see anything.
We made some ghosts.
You didn't see
Okay,
the
so the
snake guy out
critical
front?
does 40.
40, okay.
Did he speak common? I don't think the snake speaks common.
And the non-critical does 25.
25.
No, there's no snake guy out front. We don't know what you're talking about.
Like some jerky.
So,
Well, if it does speak common, it might be begging here in a minute.
yeah, two pieces of rebar
Yeah, chunk.
chunk through this thing. One of them, like, does a number to, like, the neck area, but you know how snakes are. They don't care. They'll still bite
They're
you
all
for,
neck.
like... you're not
The
wrong.
next stop and the tail start.
I hit on the upper neck.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the most sensitive part of the neck.
the 5%, the 5th percentile neck. You do a number to it. The thing is still alive, though.
That's fine.
Maya,
You let you shoot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it.
you have the opportunity to shoot this Acrocore if you so desire.
All right. Let's.
I don't want to tell you how to run your character, but the
Yeah.
option has presented itself.
Should I full round it or scan it? I mean, was it everybody's hit it right? I mean, wasn't that hard?
If it made it
were rolling
flat-footed.
well. Yeah, and it's
But
Right.
there's been some hot rolls
Yeah,
too.
let's just full round it, right? You
Okay.
take -2s,
Yes. No, minus 4s.
-4s. You know, even better. Solid.
Phew, I thought it was too fair there for a second. Glad we...
Okay, so that one probably missed, but this one might actually hit. How does a 24 kinetic?
24 kinetic will hit.
Okay, then 15.
15 will not hit.
Okay, so we hit. All right. 7, 11 plus 8, so 19 damage.
19, that's what, 98?
That new gun's actually pretty cool. 3d4 is a pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like it. It drops down on the ground and is all like, I'm going to attack you.
How's she trying to spook you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It raises its hands.
we haven't triggered its
Oh, wait.
morale yet. So
Thinking of a snake with hands.
we're going to run as written.
we
This
go.
creature seeing Ion, who just hit it, and this creature's very hungry, is still going to attempt to
That's fine,
bite
do
you.
it.
So,
eat here but ghosts.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Very small island.
Not very filling.
And half
The-
the island
Ghost
is
kebabs
ghosts.
are not very hard.
so the snake
Tastes
kind
great,
of
more incorporeal.
the snake kind of tightens its tail muscles around this beam and lunges at you. Actually, makes a lunge
it
attack
should.
at you.
I want
Get closer, it's easier to shoot you.
Will a 33 hit?
Yeah.
What is your kinetic?
My kinetic is 25.
So what was the rules on grab? Like if you're over 5
You
or
beat it by 4, I think.
beat it by 4. So I beat your kinetic by 4. That sounds like.
It's an alien archive. It might be 6.
I beat it by 8. So
Oh, yeah.
My AC versus combat maneuvers is 33, so it rolled that.
No, it's different for the grab ability.
Right. I get that, but what I'm saying is like it can't be more than +8.
That's fair.
It is going to do 17 piercing damage, and because it gets a really good grip on you because of this new hinge that you kind of created in its neck area, it will actually drop down to the ground so that it can get a better hug
It
on
should.
you. Cyna,
Is there... It doesn't... You said 17?
17.
So my DR kicks in and I'm all like, oh, I think that was supposed to hurt.
I like your new hat.
It's pretty.
Cyna, it's your turn. This creature has...
It's also my boots and my belt. It just doesn't know it yet.
It has engaged intimately with Ion here.
All right. Well, don't worry. I'm going to shoot its head. Oh, wait. That's attached to Ion.
It's okay. You can shoot its head.
Trick attack. And, ooh, that's going to hit. I rolled 17 on the die.
What's your trick attack check right now?
My trick attack, since I'm not moving and my cloaking field is on, is...
like 40 or...
yeah, it's 40-something.
Okay. All right. Just want to check. Like you're...
It's 43.
Yeah, this is not a CR23 creature, so you're safe.
Yeah. I mean... I
Not
really
yet.
hated making those rolls.
Oh, I understand. Feast or famine.
All right, so let's have 5d8 and see what we can do with it. Please, no ones like last time.
No whammies.
Yeah. $30.
30 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 30... and this is with your sonic weapon?
Yes.
How do you kill this thing with your sonic weapon as it's wrapped around Ion?
I'm going to shoot its neck the rest of the way off so that its
Half of it
jaw
explodes.
will just make a macabre necklace falling around Ion's neck.
It's a boa.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to pick it up and wrap it around my waist. So we can take it later. We can give it back to the dudes and be like, hey, we found some food for you. Skin that thing so we can make a...
To be
feast.
honest,
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't mind that.
Mm.
Plus the skin, like we said, this creature...
I bet you they've got enough leather workers here that they could make that permanent
Yeah,
and not just
shoot.
going to rot around your waist and make you smell bad.
Well, the other thing, too, again,
Smell
these...
worse.
so, Acrocores... Actually, let's roll for it. This
Got the Ion fan club on this side of the table today.
this Acrocore was 9 feet in length and almost a foot in diameter.
Yeah, see, I'm super friendly. Like, here, eat this huge-ass snake, cut off its skin, and make me some clothes.
Yeah, so you've
Because
got...
when we get back to Absum Station, we go into the club.
Well, that-
you get yourself a nice leather vest with some fire-resistant properties going on.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
that plus it's got fire
Just
resistance.
imagine
I
like
mean,
Crocodile Dundee walking into the club now.
There you go. Snakeskin everything.
That's right.
so you've...
And they'll be all like, they'll pull out a knife. I'm like, you call that a knife? And then I'll pull out my breaching gun and just be all like, this is rebar.
So you've taken care of this creature.
You brought a knife to a construction fight.
Yeah.
It's being worn in various and sundry ways. Cyna, you've actually made your way to close to the double doors in this area. A small booth with a large open window stands against the western wall. So close to that direction. You would have passed that. So Do you see it right there? It's
Yeah.
like that. Okay. A doorway to the north is blocked by a thick, translucent shutter made from some kind of synthetic crystal. The walls are adorned with paint and charcoal murals depicting humanoid figures looming over the buildings of a city. These titans seem to be looking benevolently down at the city's inhabitants. They're friendly ghosts. There is a large sign under the this booth. It is in a language that none of you are able to read.
This booth looks like a counter, like a receptionist might sit behind or something. Or maybe, or
yeah, but unlike a receptionist booth, like the signs behind them have seem to be less like informational. They're informational, but a bit more of like the fun with a marketing flair. It's not like you've went to one of the downtown offices and just see like who's where. Like it's less. It's functional, but it's still like, ooh, fun.
okay.
Is this place like a museum? Like an honest-to-God museum?
Just
I don't know. That font makes it look like, like
Welcome to the Maze of Ghosts.
like
50
welcome to
credits
the
a
jump
person.
zone or Chuck E. Cheese's or something.
Cool.
You
I mean,
all
if I
can,
was a
That's
become a
recent
ghost, that's
trauma.
where I'd
I'm a
wanna
parent.
you all can make me a perception check in this area to maybe gather some more clues about.
Can we culture check?
I don't
this?
want
Yeah, I was going to say cultures might be a good call.
Yeah, we'll get to culture. I want to start with the perception
Okay,
first,
yeah.
since you guys
We
are
gotta
looking
find the
at this
clues
booth.
before we can culture.
Well, you're looking at the booth. There's a bunch to
Yeah,
look at here.
22 perception.
22 perception.
23 perception.
23 perception.
Unless we can take a 10 on that.
I mean, if you want to take the time.
How long does it take 10?
Or take
Well,
20.
take 20 is like 20 minutes of time if you really just want to scour this place. There's not really any threats here. So if you absolutely just want to take 20 minutes to scour the area, it's something you could do.
No, we just want to find the button that opens the cash register.
Okay. Do you guys just want to take 20 minutes to search the area and I can give you...
Sure.
Yeah.
What's my highest?
35.
35 if you take
10
20.
Or take 20. That'll be a 36.
36.
Will beat me out, yeah.
Anyone higher than 36 if people take 20? Okay.
Mine's 20 if I take 20.
Nice.
Yes.
Who needs points in perception?
You found a snake.
I just wait for people to be all like, dude, snake. And then
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I mean, you have a
I
good
am not a
point.
forward scout.
You're
okay?
reactive.
Yeah.
I like
You
it.
shoot things that people point at.
That's right.
You play your strengths. Yeah.
I shoot that.
So
okay.
you, as you're examining, you will actually find that behind this booth there's actually a secret door
Oh, yeah.
that leads presumably deeper into the building.
Okay.
That's useful.
Yeah, so you do see a secret door there. Let's see.
It makes sense now, that extra
Um,
on the map.
The Kish have decorated the interior of this building with charcoal and their own paints that create murals that tell their version of the story of this place. The sturdy 3-inch thick shutter blocks access to the rest of the building. There's no obvious way to open it or access a mechanism to open it. Can you all make me culture checks now that you're kind of looking at these murals?
Yeah.
I could if my dice would cooperate. 17.
Nice. I got a yeah. Ooh. So that is a 35.
35.
I'm
Damn.
really glad I gave you that die.
So,
It has.
So Maia can deduce that the towering figures are meant to represent the Kish's ancestors as they watch over the city and its current inhabitants. You also notice a number of nearly hidden indicators in the drawings that point toward a disguised panel in the wall near the ticket booth. And actually, Cyna, your perception check would have found that about the same time as well. The panel swings open easily, revealing a large breaker switch.
Oh.
Let's flip that.
Is it on or off?
It's currently off.
What happens if I turn it on?
Maya turns it on.
Maybe I should have checked out for traps first.
The shutters.
We all die.
No, never. That's not how Maya rolls.
As she's flipping it, she's
I
all
probably
like,
should have checked that.
yeah, I probably should have checked that.
Title music for Dead Sons is provided by Overclocked Remix and created by CFX. Find more great game remixes at ocremix.com. Ambient music provided by Tabletop Audio. Original 10-minute ambiances and music for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.